So this used to all be a bunch of wildflowers and grasses and stuff, and the last couple of years they kind of removed all that and put more turf in. And then they built this restroom because now they have regular weekend concerts at this band show. And they are pretty good, except you're facing west with the sun going down and it's so hot. So I quit coming because of that. I mean, some people like it, but I just don't like the sun blazing in my eyes. And unfortunately, it's becoming more crowded. Like, I don't know, it looks like they're having some kind of yoga thing. But this is where you sit during the concert. You bring your own lawn chairs. So it's kind of a nice view. And actually, I used to sit here during COVID when you were supposed to be locked up. We used to sit under these trees and read. It's nice to look at the different wildflowers, and then I could see the North Chagrin Reservation. So it's kind of relaxing. So over here is the best pool, the best public pool I've seen. You can get a guest pass, I believe, if you know somebody who lives out in Mayfield Village. So I'm taking this little shortcut here. So this path will take me to the North Chagrin Reservation. One of the Metroparks. There was a lot of rain last night, so let's see if it's flooded under this tunnel. Hope it's pretty dry. So that was Som Center Road. I just crossed under that road. I drove to get here. So it's kind of cool. It's very walkable. Even walking along Som Center Road, it's got that bike path. There's the pool. I think you can get a non-residential pass even if you don't know somebody. I think it's more expensive, obviously. So that's Som Center. Now this is taking me into the reservation. Very popular. I walk here all the time. You cannot walk in the woods because there is so much poison ivy. I mean, look at all this poison ivy everywhere. On the trees. Both sides. That's why if you see poison ivy, you gotta remove it right away, or else it takes over everything. This is solid poison ivy. It's supposed to be good for the wildlife, but it's not good for us. So there is a visitor center, which I am pointing to right now. And it's got a nice pond, but with all this heat and humidity, I noticed that there's a lot of algae. But I don't think it's the toxic kind. I think that does serve as food for the little critters. Then it continues over here, this drainage. Looks like it helps to control the rain. So it's kind of high. So this is another nice thing to have, that it doesn't cost anything, and this is one of many parks in the area. Many parks that you don't think, I mean, you are certain you're going to return home, let's say. Like I said before in other videos, unlike Illinois. Though there are parts in Illinois where you don't feel that way, but it's certainly not in the Chicago area. Though there was a park, look at all the algae there. There was a park in Schaumburg, Illinois, or it could have been Rolling Meadows, called Twin Lakes. And I used to walk there by myself and didn't worry, but that was in the 90s. So not sure what it's like now. I think politics in Illinois kind of makes you unsure about where to walk. Not to get political. And there are many different directions you can walk. I mean, there's so many paths. It's quite still now. So that's why I had to wear long sleeves, because of the bugs. Lots of bugs. So not a lot of people today, I think because of the humidity and also because it's Sunday morning. So I'm sure people are at religious services and then they go to brunch. So it will definitely be more people later in the day unless it's raining. Looks like something with the storms. And that's all poison ivy. I hope somebody doesn't touch it. I hope some kid doesn't grab a leaf. That would not be good. So all these trees, it's getting harder to see them. Those happened last August. So they're laying down. You see all these tree trunks.
And then write up your vision of what you want it to be.
So all these trees that happened during last August storm.
Very suitable turn this because
You can see them clear now. Just snap like toothpicks. So it looks like the park is just leaving them for the critters, which is a good idea. They need places to live, though it can be quite messy. Look at this. So after that storm occurred, lots of roads were closed. This park was closed for it was a number of days before they could clear all the trees from the roads, especially in Geauga County, western Geauga County. All these trees just like toothpicks. Hundreds. More poison ivy. It's taking over the world. Little shop of horrors. All those trees down just to that one storm. Crazy. I don't know if it was a microburst. I think that's what they said. It had to have been more than straight line winds. I would think only a microburst could do this. All that crazy. I guess that's just what nature does, so they're leaving it. But then from a fire standpoint, if this was California, they would have to clear it out or they couldn't do a controlled burn, but they'd have to do something to mitigate fire risk. So that's the picnic areas. So there's people coming. Sometimes they have events here. But I could go the other way down this path and it would take me for miles. Miles and miles and miles. There's a little creek there. So people are starting to come. I think it's got to be at least 10 o'clock. Cattails. Oh, in the sun. Oh, it's really going to feel hot. I wonder if these people are part of a group. Doesn't look like it. Maybe the people towards the end. Looks like they're together. This parking lot is packed. So it is popular. That's kind of what was appealing to me coming here in the beginning. It doesn't look like it's not commercialized. Like in Indiana, you go through and it's just like one huge commercial, just billboards all over. It's ugly. There's another tree that was taken by that storm last August. Just ripped out of the ground. More poison ivy. So here's another tree to illustrate the magnitude of the storm. This is from another tree from last August. Morning. Yeah, this tree was just ripped out of the ground. And it's still intact. I don't know. It's probably not alive anymore. But there it stays. A huge tree. So this is taking me towards the visitor center. I just wanted to show they have a working beehive. I do like bees, so if I can film bees, I will. Though I don't think I'd have enough time to keep it at my own beehive, so I'm just looking at other people's. Don't really see any bees here, any carpenter bees, or I could never get one of these to work. A wild bee condo. I don't know if it's working. Here's the beehive. There they are. Hey, buddies. I'm sure you guys want it to cool down, but at least you got some water, unlike last summer when there was a drought. Yeah, so they're taking turns foraging, probably to that loosestrife. So long, bees. Happy honey making. So passing that tree again. And this takes me by the pond, the other side of the pond. The pond that I saw from the trail was south of that visitor center, and this is north of it. Lots of people come and visit the pond. I don't know if they call that duckweed. So a lot of that kind of stuff. Lots of fish and turtles. A lot of milkweed here. There is a little walkway that goes out into the middle of the water. That's popular. Lots of chicory, milkweed.
Thank you.
Swamp milkweed. Loosestrife, I think. Or they have a plant called fireweed. So I'm not sure if that's fireweed or loosestrife. Most likely loosestrife, which is invasive. Spreads like wildfire. This is going along the creek, which will become Butternut Falls. One thing I like is all the hills and valleys. I do not like totally flat land.
Sorry. Good morning.
Good morning. So here's the falls, or the creek that will lead to the falls. They're very picturesque. I'm surprised I'm not getting eaten alive. Usually I have swarms of mosquitoes by my ears and everything, but not today, so it's surprising. Looks like limestone down there. So this is popular. A popular attraction. This is taking me near the main road into the reservation. Over here, so this is kind of a touristy spot. Kind of reminds me of the Wisconsin Dells down there with all that shale and limestone. It resembles so much the Wisconsin Dells. So nice place to visit. Something not to take it for granted. We are lucky to have this kind of stuff. I'm always afraid that my hand is going to drop from my hand and fall into the water. That would not be good. Don't fall off camera. So it's pretty cool. I know it's not the Niagara Falls, but it's still impressive. We'll take it. So I'm backtracking to that side path. It's always good to stay on the trail. I don't know if there's deer ticks, Lyme disease. I haven't heard, but I would assume there is. I mean, we're right by New York State, which has a reputation for being infested with those deer ticks and Lyme disease. So I'm backtracking down that same trail. Trails are kind of muddy. So does this look like the armpit of America? I think not. There's also a lot of parks on the west side of Cleveland as well. This is the east side of Cleveland. And there are very picturesque parks within the city limits of Cleveland. Oh, I wonder what's going on. Fire, accident. So a lot of little side trails. This takes you back to that main path by the pond. I just like these little side trails. kind of your secret trail. That's what I try to recreate at home. You don't know where it's going to go. Where is it taking me? Ah, I'm lost. So see, it's taking me to the west side of that pond. I'm gonna backtrack. The thing you have to watch out for is poison ivy. But they do a pretty good job keeping these paved or mowed so you don't have the poison ivy like there right on your feet where you're not brushing it. Uh-oh, here comes the sun. Nasty. So here's another side trail I have not. This will take me pretty much where I was before, along the creek. You can hear the water rushing. This is kind of where I was before. I kind of like how they have the tree trunks bordering the path, kind of help with the erosion. Oh, here's a water channel. So I'm going to go right and go to the main path. I wonder what happened here. This is intentional, or it can't be because they would want the water. So they need to address this. Ew, what's that brown stuff? Yuck. Or maybe they did it deliberately because if there's such a large volume of water, maybe it overtakes the bridge. Maybe that's why. So it might be intentional, kind of slow down the water. So this is only one sliver of this park. This park is enormous. Hello. Yeah, so this is the main track that goes to the falls. Then this takes you to the parking lot. A lot of joggers, a lot of cyclists. well, not really cyclists, but mostly joggers. I have, well, actually, I don't know if they allow cyclists. But I have not seen any signs that prohibit cycling. So this is taking me to the parking lot that, as I was coming in, I said was full. I'll briefly look at it and then I'm going to go down that path. Now there's kind of a breeze, which is very welcome. So here's the parking lot. So exciting. And this is backtracking. So I kind of like these stones, what they did. This flagstone. So this is the same little creek or wetland area. Here's the creek that is feeding down to the falls. The water gets more rapid, flows more rapidly as it goes, as it proceeds. So it looks clear, pretty clear relative to, you know, what we drink. Obviously we can't drink this, but at least it's not full of soda cans and straws and whatever, you know, people throw out. It's fairly clean for being so close to Cleveland. We don't have the Cuyahoga River on fire anymore. That's really improved. It's like night and day now. It's probably more rehabilitated than the Bubbly Creek on the south side of Chicago, where they dumped all the animal carcasses and whatnot from the slaughterhouses back in the 19th and early 20th century in Chicago River, south side. They called it Bubbly Creek because of all the debris was decomposing, and it was like an effervescence. I can't even say the word. Well, like a soda, pouring soda into a cup. Effervescence. So this is taking me to like a service parking center, parking lot. Only service people can park here. employees of the metro parks. And this takes me to Som Center Road. This is my favorite chicory. It's one of my favorite plants. Weeds, I guess people call it weeds. And the same with the Queen Anne's lace. One of my favorites. Tracks, swallowtails. I'm trying not to get people in my video, just for their privacy. So more of the poison ivy. That's not my favorite. So I'd like to have a whole, like a garden with chicory and Queen Anne's lace mixed together. That is kind of a showstopper. Oh, here we go again. The second time today. Maybe it's heat related. People overdoing it. So here's the grove where I parked. Then I will kind of take a back way in. I'm always a rebel. I like to take the back ways in. Stay off the paved path sometimes. Stay off the beaten path, as the cliche goes. See how good this Queen Anne's lace and chicory look together? To me, it's stunning. I'm probably the minority of the population that, oh, it's a weed, gotta pull it. We have to put Roundup on it. So I guess I'm one of those eccentric people. And I don't have the junk in my yard yet. But they probably say, oh, look at Jennifer, she's got all the weeds in her yard. I do not care. And if you have a passion, if you have interest, you should not care either what people think. As long as you're not hurting people, breaking the law, then do your thing and don't worry about what people think. Tansy, this spreads like wildfire. I don't think it's an invasive species. I think it's native. But it does take over. So we do have a lot of joggers today. So I wonder if that's why you hear sirens. I just think it's too humid, too hot to jog. I mean, maybe at 6 in the morning. Oh, there's a monarch. Hey, buddy. Flitter away. So I think I will go by the wildflower garden that is maintained by volunteers. That's coming up. But first I'm going to take one of the other side trails because I do love side trails. So there's the pool again. It's got multiple restrooms, which can be used by people like myself. They are open, though they do close after a certain time. There's the bandstand that I passed earlier. And those concerts are free, so anybody can come. Oh, there's cyclists. So yeah, I guess there are cyclists. This path, the wetland, it's probably flooded now, so I don't think I would be going down that path right now. Though I will in time. It will be included in a future video. So there's the wildflower garden. Somebody was just photographing. Here's the side trail. All this was found during COVID. Just trying to find parks to go to. There's no way I was going to sit inside all day. And that's when I work from home 24/7. Sometimes I'd work late at night, and then they know that I take a hike, a couple hour lunch. Then I just get the stuff done late at night. So it was kind of seamless for me. It was ideal. Though I don't have it bad now either. I actually think I'm pretty lucky with work and stuff. So I'm just backtracking down this. So you can see the waterfall if this camera's good enough in that pool area through that pass through in that the restroom building. They're probably changing rooms there too. So here's the wildflower garden. Ideally, I'd love to have my yard look like this, but that takes so much maintenance. I don't have time. But I do have a lot of these plants. I do have shooting star, I have phlox, I have lots of Queen Anne's lace, I do have Joe Pye weed, I do have brown-eyed Susans, I do have cardinal flowers. I can't seem to get zinnias to grow too well. I do have the swamp milkweed. And I do have ironweed. So this stuff is blooming faster than by me because I'm higher up. I don't know what it is, but I have a lot of ironweed and it's not blooming yet. Maybe because this gets more sun. I don't have this. There's some more zinnias. I do have that. I do have those purple flowers. I know the name, but I can't, it's off the tip of my tongue. Cone flowers. I have those cone flowers. So in coming weeks, I will videotape the yard at the homestead, showcasing all the goldenrod. I have 3 different species of goldenrod, and my ironweed and my Joe Pye weed. I do have purple asters. Those will all bloom at the same time. And they're on the cups of blooming. So yeah, my ironweed is that tall and it spreads. And I don't have the seed pods on my common milkweed yet. And I do see monarchs, my house and the neighbor's house. My neighbor said that she's seen monarchs as well. Because we try to maintain the same types of yards, though mine's more random. I kind of like random occurrences. I don't like, oh, you plant this here and you got this section for this plant and that section for that. I just group them, throw them. I throw seed anywhere. So this fall I'm going to be throwing a lot of chicory seeds, some of the crimson clover, more of the mullein. I can't get mullein to grow. I like that spiked yellow flower. And the mullein grows at the Beechwood Parks, but then they try to remove it or they mow it down, and it's, you know, I'd love to have some of that, but I can't seem to get it. I don't know if it's not dry and hot enough, because I do put it on the seed on the stones, those trails I have in back, I think it gets enough sun, but it doesn't take. Maybe some year in my lifetime. But this is part of the meadow path. But I like this part the most. Because it's got the evergreens. Looks like a tree branch fell. Kind of a coniferous area. About the only place in the park that has these trees. Sort of like where I parked, but then they kind of took away all the wildflowers. But got these. So just this short span. I walked this a lot during 2020. During the clown years, actually. That's what I call it, the clown years. 2020 to 2024. Not to get political, but I think we're kind of still in clown years, so I don't know what to believe anymore. So I'll change the subject. But the sun is starting to blaze, and you know what that means. This humidity. The dew points are in the 70s. I don't know if they're close to 80, but they did say in Chicago. And I'm going to reference Chicago at times because I used to live there for many years. But they were saying in Chicago, I think it was last week, the dew points are actually in the 80s. Then they had some flash flooding in the Chicago and the suburbs. And this is the weekend of July 27th. So this happened, I guess, Friday morning. So there's the trees. And there's another path that goes along that baseball field. Someday I'll walk that. It's probably be kind of boring for people, but we'll see. Maybe during a storm, maybe when a storm's coming. I'll have to play it by ear. So until next time, see ya.